we jump into today's episode, we just want to remind you to rate and review our podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
And if you're up to it, follow us on TikTok and Instagram at HBO Girls Rewatch.
And if you care about us even a little tiny bit, subscribe to our YouTube page.
Hey, I think it's time to lean into Lena now. Let's get into that episode.
Welcome back to HBO Girls Rewatch. I'm Amelia.
And I'm Evan.
And today we're reviewing
Season 3, Episode 5, Only Child.
Something neither of us would know anything about.
Amelia has 3 and I have 1.
And I have 4 and you have 1.
And my brother acts only child, so he knows about it.
I'm middle child, but of course my brothers make me act like oldest child, and my sisters also make me act like just their mom.
I always say Amelia's only mother syndrome.
The way I'm a single mom who works 2 jobs and loves her kids and never stops.
No, you truly have that. You're Reba. You're Reba song.
I'm Reba. No, I'm just my sister who was born when I was in 8th grade. I was like, oh, you're my baby.
I know. You truly raised your sister. Your half-sister even.
Yeah, I mean, my stepmom would be very upset to hear that. I would be like, that's frankly not the case.
Does she listen to the pod?
I don't think so.
So, okay. So let's do a little summary right now. My dad listened to the pod. He's on episode 4. Of season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, your mother listens to the pod, but she's actually fully up to date. And anytime you get into any little shenanigans IRL, she hears about it and then docks your ass, and then tells your sister to dox your ass too for it.
I know. It's like, it's cool that none of my siblings listen. You'd think my sister be excited to see me on TikTok, but she hasn't commented. Anyways, this episode is about how Hannah is an only child.
It's not even about that. It's like for one
scene, which is most of an episode.
I'm not watching shows the same way you are, because for me it was like a backhanded comment. Sometimes they kind of just like pick something from an episode and name it that, even if it's like very little. If I was to name this episode, it'd be like book deal, ebook to no book. Oh, it'd be like ebook to real book to no book. No, that's terrible. Wait, can I have 4 to 8 minutes to think about this?
Yeah. And just so you guys know, Evan is sick technically a little bit.
I'm sick technically. I'm like, I know. I've been saving myself all day to be able to turn on now. Amelia's smiling. I mean, she tried to smile. Her eye that's not turned to camera was twitching so incredibly much.
I'm just like, Evan turning it on is now in the fetal position inside of our couch. I don't know. I canceled my date tonight so I can really focus on the podcast.
Why though?
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Amelia's giving me a long explanation of why she canceled her date tonight. Can I say it, or is it too much?
You can say it. I'll probably cut it.
Wait, don't cut this. It's so funny. Okay, Amelia told me that she doesn't have a single horny bone in her body, and on the second date, she already knows the guy's gonna expect sex, and she doesn't want to disappoint him because he is such a nice guy, and she'd rather do her comedy show tonight at 10 p.m. on a Wednesday at a venue that only sits 15 people, and they're only gonna fill up 50% of that capacity.
So, what's up with you? What illness do you have?
Fakinitis. I don't know. I'm just like lethargic, tired.
I saw I ran into their boyfriend on the street last night walking here to deliver Tate's cookies. Can you imagine the lifestyle Evan is now leading?
Is that big for you? I'm like, I only ate 3 of them. That's really a lot.
I was going to say, as soon as they started walking with those cookies, I was like, Evan's not going to eat all of those.
No. Okay. The thing about being sick, I don't know if this is everyone's experience. 2 things. Number 1, when you're sick, when you don't know exactly why you're sick, you just like blame the last bad thing that happened to you. Do you know what I mean? Does that happen to you?
I don't really get sick.
Okay, so anytime you're sick and you're like, I got a cold, but you don't know why, you just blame the last bad thing to happen to you.
Okay.
Even if it has nothing to do with why you're actually sick.
What's the reason then?
So it's like, oh, you ate something that was a little off. So you like don't, or like I drank out of that water bottle I've never washed before, but it's like, I've never washed it before. Why is today of all things that it's getting me sick?
When we get back, we'll have our first meme expert. Star meme. We were trying to get a range of people. You know, last week
memer would be the right word.
A memer. Last week we got a Golden Globe nominee, and this week we got a world famous memer.
I know. I can't get over that. It's like literally Golden Globe nominee had to sit on my IKEA couch, and my mom let me throw away because she bought it for me. It's a housewarming gift.
Literally.
I mean, I love this couch. It's so versatile because it opens over here and you can put all your stuff in it, and it goes into bed mode, which is fantastic. But it also was no offense, really ugly. And the person I might be offending is my mother, who doesn't listen to this podcast.
So with that, we'll be right back with Yung Nihilist. Y'all, oh my God, can you actually believe our lives? Yung Nihilist is here.
Oh my God. Best day
Hey.
ever.
This is
Hi.
huge.
Hi.
This is literally
Do I have to like?
No, you can
No.
talk. Yeah, you can be
You're
yourself
so
here.
cash. Pretend it's not even there, but always focus on it.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do both?
To be following your meme page for so long.
Oh my God.
And now here you are.
We are trying to figure out. So, what a meme person is, a memer? Or do you consider yourself a
I
memer?
hate that word.
You hate that word.
It's like
Sucks.
when Emma Chamberlain is like, don't call me an influencer.
It's like meme.
So wait, what's the proper title? Content
I
creator?
don't know.
I would say
I think they all suck.
online cartoonist.
Oh God.
Something they're
that.
absolutely not doing. I love that.
Comedy
I don't
graphic
freaking know.
design.
Comedy graphic design.
Poster.
Poster.
Shit
girl.
poster. Poster
Ooh,
girl. Yeah.
Poster
Poster girl.
Love that.
That's chic.
That's hot.
Kids across the nation are going to be walking to kindergarten trying
Young
to be
Nihilist poster girl.
poster girls when I grow up. That is every kid I meet's dream, is to like post online,
Post, yeah.
which makes sense.
Every kid's dream is to post online. Something they're all doing all day
It's
long.
free.
I
It's
know.
free.
They want the freest dreams we have.
I know. Thank God we democratized the internet.
What do you think about net neutrality?
What is
25 minutes. Go. Chugs coffee.
Yeah, it's starting to hit.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Young Nihilist was
In the
just
Barbie
telling
cup.
me
Need a
how
close
they.
up on the
Oh yeah,
Barbie
get the
cup.
Oh,
get the
yeah.
close up.
It's Erica and Annalise from Princess and the Pauper.
That's our next
Princess and the
rewatch.
Poppers.
Oh my god.
It's actually really good. You slayed this.
Thank you so much.
Amelia's really good at coffee and editing podcasts. She has so many talents.
think so.
Yeah,
A little
of course.
ASMR.
Yeah. Oh God,
Ooh.
the people are gonna love it.
Should we do a whole episode ASMR?
Yeah, let's just talk about
think
net
it's a-
neutrality and ASMR today. It feels good.
I have one of the worst voices for ASMR. It's so pitchy.
Yeah, mine's kind of screechy. I feel
Sometimes-
like your voice is really
Yeah, you have
soothing.
really good
I've heard this
ASMR.
before.
You could
I also
do
get told to repeat what I just said a lot,
really.
which is annoying. Yeah.
Oh, then lean into the mic.
That's why I asked him, like, before I get asked to do it, I'm like,
Oh my god. Wait, so we were just talking about this, but how did you discover Girls?
I mean, just like everyone else, like when it premiered,
T.
I was, in
Well,
high
you were
school.
in New York City too.
Yeah.
So that was huge.
Right.
Were you seeing
Billboards
Poster Girls?
everywhere.
Yeah, you were seeing Poster
Oh my
Girls.
God.
As a
You
Poster Girl, you were seeing Poster
You
Girls.
saw the promo posters in real time.
Yeah.
God.
So
the
lucky.
rollout.
The rollout.
I'm like, we
In
ripped this off the
2012.
wall. I wish we could rip a girl's poster off the wall. It's one of our biggest regrets not being born earlier.
Fuck.
Yeah, I wish I would have known. Yeah, I was still in high school in Bushwick, hearing about the show that's based here,
Oh my God.
and it was really trippy because I didn't quite understand yet things of the world
Right.
and what it meant.
Were people angry?
I didn't know any white people.
Yeah, were you like, who the hell are these girls?
No clue.
Wait, so did
Clue
you
at all.
watch any of it then?
Yeah,
Oh my god!
Yeah, I watched
what was
it
your
when it
feeling?
premiered.
Like they're going to the Bushwick warehouse and you're living
And you're
there.
like, that's actually my thing.
I mean, I did fall off after maybe 2 seasons in, but I don't know what I felt, honestly. I didn't connect with it really.
Yeah,
That would make sense,
of
course.
But I did think maybe if I go to college, maybe this is what life could be like.
Mm.
And was that true?
No, because I didn't go to college. But yes, in a way it is. I feel like now I definitely see myself in them and my friends.
Totally. How do you see it
Somewhat.
in your friends?
You know, the beautiful princess disorder can manifest in some other ways to the toxicity that I feel I got accused of early on. It kind
Yeah.
of resembles
Beautiful
that.
princess disorder.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think about that all night.
Yeah,
Just kind of erratic behavior.
I suffer from that. I fear.
high emotions, very roller coaster.
Really
Kinda
roller
vibe.
coaster.
Oh, this is beautiful.
This
all we
episode-
do is princess disorder.
I know. You need to
Run.
copyright that. No,
I didn't come up with that.
Oh, who came up with that?
I've
I've
heard
just heard
before,
it.
but I've
Yeah.
never heard it defined.
I've never
As
heard
opposed
it.
to saying BPD because it has like bad connotations.
Right. Borderline personality disorder. Has
Beautiful princess disorder.
Beautiful
Mhm.
princess disorder.
Yeah, it's so much of the code of the show.
Especially this episode.
Which I think Adam has, if anything. He's the one.
Mm.
Has beautiful prince disorder.
Beautiful prince disorder.
The anger and the outbursts and the...
I know. We'll talk about that scene with Caroline, Hannah, and Adam when they're all
Right.
kind of doing princess disorder program. I made it up.
Should I add, I was like so happy when you told me it was that episode because I'm also an only child.
Oh,
Oh,
so
It's
you
a
amazing.
good
really-
opening for me.
Yeah. Wait, okay, let's synopsize it really
So we
quick.
do something
Yeah.
called Minute to Winnow where we all are going to do 20 seconds to summarize the episode. And it's just as stressful as it sounds, of course.
Here is our 1 minute synopsis of season 3, episode 5.
Yeah, it
Mhm.
is. Only
Child.
Hannah and Adam are walking into the funeral and they're meeting Hannah's former editor's wife. And she's like, oh my God, are you the obese girl? And she's like, well, I'm the different obese girl. And then we kind of fast forward to Hannah is begging the wife for a little book deal, which she finally caves in and gives to her. Then Hannah runs home and is faced with Caroline and Adam's drama.
Okay, so Caroline and Adam are fighting because siblings do that. And Hannah's like, I'm going to be a therapist and work this out between you two. Let me go Dr. Phil mode on your asses. And she's an only child, so she doesn't really get the aggressiveness of it all. And then, of course, we cut to Jessa living at Shoshana. And Shoshana's like actually trying to get her life together because she has big plans. And Jessa's kind of being lazy. And Shoshana's like, get a job, Jessa. And she decides to work at a store
For baby shoes.
for baby shoes.
And then what happens? Oh my God.
Oh, Hannah meets with the new editor people.
Oh, right. Who laugh a lot and love her self-deprecating humor and give her a real book deal instead of just an
Ooh la
E1.
la.
Boom.
Which she's like, slay, that's what I wanted. And then doesn't she kick Caroline out at the end of
Yes.
It's the next episode.
Hannah then talks
Well-
to her dad, and her dad's like, well, your book's actually never going to get published because they
Right.
own it for the next 3 years. And he's like, she's having her princess disorder right now, and then kicks Caroline out of the house.
And then Adam gets home and is like, oh my God, you can't just kick my
Yeah.
sister out. You stupid
being like, I
only
hate her.
child.
And Marnie
Yeah.
punks Ray.
Oh yeah, and then Marnie
Right.
goes to Ray's and is like, I need you to tell me what's wrong with me, Ray. And then Ray does. And then there's like the tension.
Classic foreplay.
Yeah, the tension they've always had finally turns into them fucking. And of course it ends with both of them being like, fuck off.
hmm
And that's 1 minute.
What the hell?
Keep it on the
I
DL.
love that. I would never tell anyone. I would never advertise this.
As if I would advertise
Yeah,
this.
exactly. Oh,
Were you
Mhm.
like, this is only child situation?
I do
Yeah.
really relate to being in the middle of two siblings fighting to the death.
Right, you're like, why are you acting this way?
I don't understand it. Like, I've never fought with anyone with that kind of passion.
not even your parents.
I mean, I just had a single mom, so it always felt like
Mm.
You
I
were
can't be
Gilmore
that mean to
Girls.
her. Like,
Yeah.
and she's my only connection, you know?
Of course.
I didn't have like extended family, so I feel like I couldn't burn that bridge.
Right.
Like, siblings can burn the bridge over and it just
I
reforms
know.
and then it burns. And
Yeah.
Except for my grandma,
Endlessly.
apparently.
What
She was
happened?
burned the bridges with both her siblings. And she's like refuses to bring them back. But now
Also
she has
that.
dementia and it will never happen.
Oh God.
I made it sad, but it's actually kind of funny the way it happened.
I'm just like, I have 4 siblings, so I've got room to play
Oh,
with.
whoa.
It's like
I got
I
room to
can
play
I can
with.
pick 1 to love and then like 2 to absolutely hate and then 1 to be like neutral about. Like I can really build my own adventure.
That's so fun to me. I'm so jealous.
It's actually
And she
I'm-
does say that line. She's like, it's so lonely.
right.
Is it so
Like, you
Lonely.
think this sucks, but it's so lonely
It actually does seem
and
lonely.
boring.
It does seem like a lot of like playing like alone in a room.
Mm-hmm.
Were any
That's
of your
probably why
friends
she's
like
a writer.
siblings? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Which
very
I
true.
relate to. Just, you got to really create your own vibe.
Yeah.
Mm.
To really make it out of thin air.
Are you diary?
I used to. Not really much anymore.
I've been
No.
getting
I'd like
back
to.
I've been getting back into morning pages this month specifically, and it's actually amazing. But I have nothing to say. I keep being like, goo goo gaga, can't wait to hit the word count.
I kind of do morning pages too.
Really?
And I always have too much to say, but it's kind of the same thought 10 times over again, just formatted differently. It's like if I was to compare every day, my morning pages is almost the same turmoil, just rehashed differently.
I think that's part of the healing journey, no?
No, we love it.
Okay, we
like,
have to ask the important question.
Girl, what girl are you?
Honestly, none of them.
Yeah.
You thought about it and you got no answer. That's so funny.
I have this
really
famous
don't.
thing for my friend where they'll be like, who am I in the show? And I'm like, oh, you're not in that one.
Yeah. I mean, obviously I relate to Hannah as the only child and the being a writer, even though I'm not as prolific.
Yeah.
Yet. Right.
Nobel Peace Prize on the way.
But I don't know. I've never been accused of being annoying. That's not really my thing. I think people are like, you need to talk more. You need to like come out of your shell. I don't think any of those girls have an issue with coming out of their shell.
Yeah.
Totally.
They're very outside the shell, soft-shelled turtle.
Soft-shelled turtle vibes.
You're like, there's not a single shell on
I'm
those
like
girls.
the opposite.
I'm soft-shelled turtle I can't get over.
But Hannah's writer.
Yeah. Writer, only child.
Yeah, you're
chubby.
You're getting
In
overlap.
the spectrum of chubby.
I love
and fat.
in the episode when she's like, obese. I don't know about that.
Yeah, she's like, I thought it was more chubby.
Yeah. I don't quite know
That's
about
the
that.
funniest line.
I love
My
that
only
girl.
notes here also are like, only child, me, LOL. And
Only
we
child
never
me.
hear of the random cat Marnie got ever again.
I
The
know.
tiny
Oh
little
my
cat on her
God.
chest where she's like,
But-
come over.
That's the most real cat story of all time because anyone that said who's ever gotten a pet, they're kind of out the door in 2.5 months.
I looked.
Really?
Our first guest of the podcast, Esther Falik, got 2 cats when she moved to her new apartment, and
They're
now she
nowhere in
has
sight.
no cats, and she does not bring it up.
That
Yeah, they
happens
never
all
brought
the
it up.
time.
It was this
People
tiny
are
little
getting pets
thing.
and throwing them.
Well, the last episode, Hannah lies violently to Adam, and they never mention it again. And it's like,
You mean
just about like the made up story about her cousin going to a funeral, or wait, taking
You're
her cousin
right.
to prom.
The prom. She repurposes
But I-
kind of a
Caroline's story.
pathological liar?
Yeah, but I think cat's even worse because it's like I actually want to see Marnie with a cat, but I guess they're just like, this is where Marnie's at emotionally, so we're just gonna Easter egg that, and then
Mhm.
we don't need to touch on it.
Well,
I guess you
noticed.
can always return a cat to with a guy with a backpack.
Continuity error.
I also like that little twink named Bob
I know.
Who was Bob?
The
Who
works
assistant?
at for
Oh,
David.
the assistant.
Yeah,
that
Oh, I
was
love
like,
him. He's not allowed to work out.
yeah.
One of the most beautiful parts.
With the glasses.
oh my god, yeah,
He's the one that's like, that's not
yeah. He's so
her. I
fun.
love those little roles.
Yeah, especially when they're
I
like
know.
reoccurring.
I'm destined to be booked as gay assistant one day. I want to be
I would
twigged
love
to a
that for
publisher.
you.
Yeah, it's kind of all I've ever hoped for.
I feel like we also know people with roles like that, and they're always introduced at comedy shows. Like, you know them from HBO Max's blah, blah, blah. And it's like
Mhm.
they've had 3 lines in the course of 3 years. And they're
Hey,
like,
they-
I'm a series regular.
That is regular.
And I'm like,
credits.
yeah, you literally are. To me, I want a poster of them in my room.
We're all silent for the next 8 minutes.
I will say though, I have watched siblings like go like pound town, different kind of pound town,
Love Pound Town.
like fighting.
Yes.
Fighting.
Like obviously girls.
No, guys too, I'll tell you that. Because my
True.
brother always is like hitting me harder than
I
he
don't know
thinks.
any men though, so
Oh, that's beautiful.
You're so lucky.
You have you're a girl.
Congrats.
I kind of curated it that way, and now just kind of it's hard to reintegrate.
Yeah, you're like,
You know.
I don't know about that.
No, but the girlies, whew,
They're fighting too.
Girls can really pull.
fighting.
And also, I feel like girls don't think they can actually
Hit.
really bruise someone up
Mm.
in a way where I feel like brothers be like, I could make them really bloody and like in the hospital, whereas girls are like,
Oh.
I can't do that much. I'll just make them bleed a little.
Some hair ripped out.
Yeah, I've never fought either of my sisters.
Really? Not even like
Only
roughhousing.
verbally. Only verbally.
Which is actually worse. Sometimes fists are so much easier because then the scars are there, they heal. But the verbal ones don't heal as fast.
Totally.
The last time I saw 2 of my sister friends fight, the cops got called.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
By the
maybe those
neighbors.
scars are not
Oh
healing
my
as quick. Is that
God.
physical or verbal? It was physical.
Both.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they don't talk.
My
Pretty
best
sad.
my
Well-
best friend growing up got the cops called on her for fighting her mother,
Whoa.
which was crazy.
What?
Yeah,
When?
it
How
shook
old
the
was
she?
neighborhood. It was 7th grade.
Damn.
She's a mother now.
Well, I got a question for you, Amelia.
What?
Girl, what girl are you?
Oh my god. So Shoshana was only in one scene this episode, but
2.
she was being oh yeah, you're absolutely right. But the first scene when she's sitting at her desk trying to study and Jessa is like doing nothing, it's like you walking into my room being like, hey, blah, 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 trying to talk to me about nothing important while I truly have to send an email. And I'm like, it's no problem. And I'm just like, can you go? And then also the fact that Shoshana has a 15-year plan. That is so real.
If I could be like any of them, I'd want to be like her.
Do you have a 15-year plan?
Girls
No.
girl boss.
Do you have a 15-year
I don't
plan?
even have like a week.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah, I have Google Sheets.
Wait, how far does your plan go? 3?
It's only a 10-year plan, but I'm 4 years into it. Fuck.
What?
Are you on track?
No.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
Nope.
where's the end of the 10-year plan?
28.
No, honey, what's happening?
29.
What's happening?
I can't disclose that at this time.
That's like I was walking down the street today. I was like, everything you're doing right now is for 32-year-old Evan. Don't worry about 25-year-old Evan today. And that's my 10-year
I
plan.
think that's how you should live.
Yeah.
But Shoshana was so real for being like, I need you to get a job, Jessa, and stop watching forensics files because I'm going to be a girl boss.
Oh my god, what
And
Forensic
that she
Files
was.
is-
And that she
and
was.
that she was. What Forensic Files, I love like the little niche little reference. I mean, it's a big show, but it's niche enough.
No, literally. Okay, girl, what girl are you?
I'm allergic to cats, but I would totally be a Marnie in this situation because I would get a cat and then again leave it alone after 2 months. Like it's staying in my apartment for an hour or 2. And like this is the best idea I've ever had. Kind of no impulse control. And then I'm like, actually, I want to go sing inside a bar right now instead, and kind of
But
let
do you
that
relate
cat.
to her neuroses?
You know what? Actually, a little bit too. Like I think the way she fucked Ray was so funny. Like walking in.
Hate fuck.
Hate fuck. Like I'm like something in my life is I'll always ask someone for a feedback. It's one of my biggest strengths is I can ask for feedback. I just don't want to hear the actual feedback part. And it's like getting so angry about it.
That
and then,
is so true. Like you're always like, can you tell me something? And I'll tell you something. And you're like, not like
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
And it has to be said. So
Are you on it? Like if your friend, I feel like I'm so honest thinking nobody's ever affected by any words. And then they are. Are you like that
Mhm.
with your friends?
I don't think so.
Nice.
I should be.
No, you should be nice to them.
No, I think some of them need to hear the truth. Honestly. But everyone's mellowing out with age also.
I think
Just
that's
kinda
so
let time
true.
work its magic.
Totally.
But I've only had one, like my best friend, who I had to kind of
That's your
be a little
sister.
stern with
Yeah.
when it came to drinking. And then she
Yeah.
stopped.
Oh my
Really?
god.
So I wouldn't take all the credit.
No, but
No,
But
I'm
I think
giving you all the credit.
I think when your chillest friend is like
Yeah.
not laughing, not funny, didn't laugh, it does kind of scare some people
Well,
straight.
some people don't realize they have a problem until
Hopefully.
they hear they have a problem. Like
Right.
they're just not aware of it until someone tells them. Like I think, or even like anything in your life, sometimes you don't realize you're doing something so well until someone points it out. Like there's so many things where we exist in our own bubble so much, and unless someone points something out to you, you're just so oftentimes unaware of that actually happening. And that's what I always say, like your biggest strengths in life, or the way you're perceived in the world, is actually a better description from your friend's perspective. Either the question is like, how would your friends describe you, or having your friends actually describe you is a much better depiction of oneself than how we actually would describe ourselves.
that is so...
Slay.
Hey. Snaps.
I feel like a lot of my friends see me as like the stoic one, which is not. It's not my favorite thing.
Right, you're like,
I'm
I
not
actually
like,
have
that's
a lot
cool.
going on.
I do.
Okay, yeah.
They're not aware.
I
You
think
get deep
that
into
too. Like
personal
people
life.
always think I'm like dead, and I actually think I'm being really expressive.
Mhm.
And then they're like, "Well, your eyes aren't really moving," and I'm like, "Okay."
I'm tired.
Well, maybe your friends are right about you guys.
Okay, well.
It hurts. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure actually everyone's wrong at all times.
It is so,
Oh my god, that was so mean. I didn't mean to come out that mean. But I didn't.
We're being bullied by the couch over here.
If anything, I feel like, watching 6 seasons of the show back to back.
You're different.
I felt a little bit of regret. I turned 30 last month. Yeah, last month. And I'm just like, I was not messy, at all. I didn't
really? Well, 30 is the new 20, so you've got an extra 10 years. That's what everybody who's 32 is telling
just say
me.
Things.
30-year-olds are messy.
I don't know.
This wasn't your experience, but I think before moving to New York City, you don't ever meet a 30-year-old before. If you grew up in the suburbs or literally not inside a city before you moved to a city, you've never met a 30-year-old before. And you get here and you're finally meeting them and you have no idea what their deals are because some of them are living the most chaotic lives, like the lives in girls. True. Or some people are kind of the most stable person ever with 4 children and some have a townhouse in Fort Greene, and you just kind of run the gambit.
Keep it up. True. Keep going.
No, it's true. You don't ever know what a 30-year-old looks like. And I have to stand with that.
It's a spectrum, but it did kind of make me feel a type of way of just your 20s are for that time to be out there and impulsive and kind of messy and annoying instead of just trying to curate yourself really hard and just never let anyone see.
Okay, and you know what? I think it's time for Lean Into Lena.
Let's lean into Lena.
Okay, this segment day, we're kind of just, I'm making it Italian for Fakosh. We're kind of just dissect whatever's going on in Lena's brain during this episode. And there's a lot going on in Lena's brain in this episode. I would just love to start off with the point where Lena has mentioned prior to this that the first season of the show, it's so much based off her real life and her own experiences, and we go further into the show, season 2 and 3. She has to kind of make stuff up, and I think it's a really good analogy in this episode where the book deal, where it's the first 25 years of her life is in this book deal, and now she has to make the only other option is her to write a whole new book of 25 years of life experience she just has to generate, and how crazy that would be. It's kind of a perfect analogy of what girls kind of is going the direction of. It's like Lena now has to pull from she's not pulling from her own life as much, but having to create experiences up and put herself in situations. So it's kind of more of a simulation we're watching. Okay.
I couldn't agree more. I also think when she is interviewing with the new book people, it's hinting at her experience getting interviewed by people and them being like, so what's your whole deal? You're a raw and real girl. And she's like, there's more nuance than that. But I guess for this 4-minute interview,
Tombstone Pizza.
Yeah, let's call myself Tombstone Pizza.
You got to shuck and jive a little bit.
Yeah.
For the people footing the bill.
Don't you guys think I'd be so good at playing that guy in the book office? What's his name?
Oh, the assistant?
Owen? What's his name? I can't remember.
I don't know.
When a woman's like,
chill out.
Yeah, you're Kathy Griffin meets Truth Theorem. You're like, what the hell are you talking about? It's like, I would say Kathy Griffin meets Truth Theorem.
She was cracking me up.
Yeah, Mindy Kaling plus Joan Didion.
When they brought up...
But you take it there.
You take it there.
And then you're like, I don't know where you are.
I love them. They're just it's like Joan Didion meets Mindy Kaling. And she's like, I love Mindy Kaling. Just completely glossing over Joan.
She's good at glossing over because even in the scene during the funeral when the girl's like, oh no, sorry, I messed up. It's not you. You're not the girl Tourette's and obesity. She's like, I didn't think I was obese. It's like, no, she just said that wasn't you. You got to listen for 1 second.
Yeah.
That made me upset. That did make me upset.
What would you do if you knew somebody was at your funeral asking your ex-wife for LinkedIn connections?
If I was the dead person?
Yeah, seeing that from the other side.
Be like, get that back, sis.
Ooh. Yeah, okay.
Honestly.
Okay.
You know what? I think you're totally right. I think that's exactly what he would say.
Would I expect her not to ask?
I don't think, she cares about her career.
The wife clearly doesn't care about actual semantics of life because she's married the gayest man alive. Mm-hmm. So she's kind of living in her own bubble. Yeah, exactly. I think it's really interesting because in Sex and the City, there's a similar situation where this there's this hyper gay character and this woman marries him because she's like, he's such a good time, even though she knew he was gay the whole time. And we're kind of seeing that same thing play out here.
It's my destiny
to marry a gay man.
Yeah, it's my dream.
Amelia
actually
always walks into a gay bar with her 10 gay friends, and it's like, hopefully I'll find my love of my life tonight.
Yeah, I should go to a bar that's not just gay men, but it's so hard. I feel like the only bars I know about are those ones.
Yeah, the other ones are scary.
Yeah.
Or do you ever go out?
Not recently. I've just been at home watching girls.
Homework.
I love
movies.
You said so. Bianca watched all 6 seasons, and so
I take podcasts very seriously.
Yeah. So why don't you guys do your homework too? But
why don't you do your homework too?
Okay. But you said season 6 bums you out. Yeah.
Can we talk about?
I don't know because my dad gets angry.
Oh God.
My dad listens and we spoiled something from one season. He got really mad at me on the phone.
Listens?
Yeah.
That's cute.
Of all the seasons, how are we feeling season 3 ranks?
Probably like peaking. We're peaking.
This is the peak.
Yeah.
This is climax. So so
I don't you know what? I know that people are negative, but I really like the latter seasons too. I mean, compared to all TV, it's still much better than most TV.
It's better than season 6 of Glee, sure.
That's for sure. For sure.
For sure.
In this episode, you already talked about it, but as an only child, are you ever trying to Dr. Phil people who have anger towards their family members? Or are you kind of like laissez-faire, no worries?
No, I've learned my lesson. You don't get involved.
Yeah.
I'm not catching strays from like siblings anymore.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Like the last time with the ones who were like really like it was really serious fighting. Like the one who was like the victim was angry because the aggressor was like my friend.
Oh no.
And the younger sister was just like by proxy. And all of a sudden she was like, you're fucked up.
You're seeing a lot of these fights.
You don't completely cut her out of your life.
Oh my God.
She's my abuser. I was just like, I can't. You're both gotta go. Like I can't.
Oh my God.
And I did also genuinely not fuck with that kind of behavior.
Yeah.
I was just like, you're wilding out.
That's so scary.
There's too much drama. But now I'm bored, so
maybe
I know you can
and she
either
did
be angry or
apologize to me.
bored.
she apologized.
Ooh.
Okay, most people never apologize. That's kind of
That's
huge.
like a
huge.
year. But
Okay, that is long.
Sometimes it takes that long. It takes as long as it takes.
it was on Thanksgiving too.
Ooh,
Okay, she was giving
thanks. Oh my God.
She was doing a gratefulness exercise and said, you know what?
No, not the apology, the fight.
Oh, the fight.
It was Thanksgiving of last year, and then recently
Oh.
she reached out, and I was like,
Okay.
"Yeah, that was crazy."
You know, holidays, emotions run high, famously.
Needless to say,
I'm sorry.
cocaine.
My brain wandered off for a sec because I can't stop thinking about how Lena Dunham is probably always compared to Mindy Kaling, and that's kind of why she wrote about it in this show. Like, I'm sure when
Really?
she was first starting her
I guess
career,
back then, yeah.
people were always comparing her because there's just like 2 women that were like a little bit larger on TV writing about their experience. But the Mindy Kaling, like the Mindy Project, is a show just about like a girl having fun and doing everything wrong forever, and like never learning a lesson or being smart about it.
And she's a rich doctor.
Yeah, she's a rich doctor. Where Girls is kind of like she is learning a little bit, and she's doing there's a lot of introspection, but it's still not enough. But in a completely different way that the Mindy Project is, and I could see why those shows were compared so heavily to one another, at least probably during this time, and why that was like Joan Didion and Mindy Kaling reference because it's like
those are the only 3 girls who have ever told their story.
I never got into her lore.
Mindy or
No.
Joan? Mindy Evan loves.
Oh my God, I love the Mindy Project.
Really?
I don't.
It's a terrible show, but in the right ways. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, it's so format. Like every episode's almost exactly the same, just like a different hot white guy with brown hair. It's like making her feel crazy, and she makes them feel crazy, and then she eats a lot of food, and then that's the punchline.
Yeah, I never
It's every
connected with
episode.
that, but I will say
It's almost offensive.
when I was 19, I read both of Mindy Kaling's books and Not That Kind of Girl all in the same like month when I was living at my grandmother's house and living in her basement and didn't have access to Wi-Fi. I was really
when did this
It didn't
happen?
reach the basement.
literally.
Or she just didn't have any.
It was like
when did you do Harry Potter?
It was because I just finished my first year of college and I was waiting to work at a Jewish summer camp as a camp counselor, and I was waiting until
Mazel
school
tov.
got out. Yeah. So I was like, oh, I don't want to go back to Texas. I'll just stay in Canada with my grandmother who will die. I should spend this time with her.
Is she alive?
No, and she did die.
Oh, you were right.
So-
R.I.P.
Yeah, I nailed it. I taught her how to work an iPad. It changed her whole life.
For how long?
3 years.
That's pretty sizable.
Imagine learning Facebook like 3 years before you go and really going all the way up.
Damn.
Oh, I'm sure she had
I'd watch
Farmville.
so many YouTube videos.
But in my head, Lena and Mindy's stories have been convoluted.
No, I think so.
So I should probably revisit the book.
I've
I want to read her book now.
Have you read it before?
No.
well, now
I
you
bet
have
it'd be
to.
weird to read it now, or it would be like interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 You know what? We do have to cover one thing. And you know what that is?
What?
When she talks about, well, he wore all his ankles showed in his pants. And I don't know what that means anymore. What's exact? Do you know exactly what I'm talking about? Here, I wrote it down. A gay man showing his ankles. What does that even mean? Oh, I didn't write that down.
Oh no, it's because she's telling Adam like, I thought he was gay, and Adam's like, he has a wife, and she's like, well, he showed his ankles a lot, so I didn't think so.
No, what could that mean? And now every time I walk down the street, I'm
Like
clocking if people have their
capri
ankles shown or not.
pants?
Yeah.
Or
It's
shorts.
like rolled up, I think. It's like rolled up enough, and gay men
Mhm.
in this time were rolling up their pants, but now straight men all around the globe are rolling up their pants in a way that it is almost gay. It's kind of the gay haircut. Like gay people get a haircut, and then straight people get a gay haircut. It's gentrification of style.
Wait, and then how did he die again?
We don't
We-
know because
we-
Gawker
Sucking
said there's
dick.
no narcotics in his system, but no one believes that for a second.
And he's found face down in the Hudson River.
In the East River.
Oh
East
God,
River.
right.
Kind of violent.
That's intense.
Yeah. and-
Also, that's been happening recently.
I know. Oh my God. All the murderers across the globe.
All the
I-
people leaving
Austin, Chicago.
Brooklyn Mirage.
I know.
Wait, I don't know
We
about
talked about
this.
it in the last
Brooklyn,
episode.
not Hudson,
I
but
cut it.
Well, we did talk about it.
I didn't know what it meant the first or second time I heard it.
like one was an accident and the other one they don't know.
We don't
It's
know.
Weird.
That's
I mean,
so
even to
scary.
smell that water could kill you. It's that toxic.
Ugh.
I did walk by the other day and I saw 2 seabirds sitting in it. Like not just like a seagull, like a seabird that was brown and with a long neck was in that toxic water. It made no sense to me. There's no fish
That
in
makes
here
me think of an episode.
of girls.
Yeah.
We which have.
I can't remember the season. It's where Marnie and Charlie reunite.
Oh my God, Panic at
When
Central
he's
Park.
like takes her on a boat to some open water somewhere.
And don't they fall in?
They fall in. And I was like, that is disgusting.
Marnie girl.
But they're just like, and then they go and have sex.
That's the power of love. That's the
I
power
guess
of
so.
long-term
Love
love.
He looked so sad.
I
It
know.
looked genuine.
People
like,
really
real.
like that.
People love when a boy looks sad. A little sick. Fuck.
I also am like I can't get over when Hannah's getting upset at Caroline at the end when her book is being rejected, and again she's going on this rant that you're talking about. We can reference that rant again, where she's like, the Cuban refugee nuclear pens incident. You want me to recreate 25 years of my life? And then Caroline walks in and is like, what is wrong? And then she immediately snaps on Caroline after trying to be Dr. Phil this whole episode. It's such an amazing twist to watch this girl kind of endeavor into. I mean,
What are you possibly saying? Endeavor into.
but
You like seeing Hannah fight with Caroline, like
she just-
Caroline and Adam fight? Because she's so mad about her dreams.
Yeah, there's a million different points I could have gone with this, and I kind of didn't make one.
Well, I think it is like when you're a creative person and your body of work is your baby and that baby is killed by a contract, that is devastating and you are going to lash out. And I think like, sure, Hannah has narcissistic tendencies, but it's also like she put her whole life into this book. She's 25 and she really thought this was going to be the thing that like sent her forward. And now it's being stripped away from her and she feels completely like she's lost everything. Oh my God.
Well, I think it's so funny because they say anything can be art, like anything can be your creative attribute or not attribute. Doesn't matter. So it's even like entertainment law. The creative pursuit of entertainment law is trying to end other creatives' lives through contracts, and that's their creative art.
Demonic.
And we're kind of, it's demonic and it's evil. And that's kind of what we're watching happening in this episode is lawyers being creative.
Has anyone made the Caroline Calloway connection? Yeah.
No.
Really?
No,
I'm surprised.
Say more. We're trying to get her on.
She's very Hannah coded.
She donated her book. She dedicated her book to Lena Dunham.
True.
The first one.
So Caroline, text us back. We'd love to talk to you. But yeah. Have you read Caroline's book?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
It's $65, and I was listening to her on a podcast, and she printed all in Italian leather or all Italian paper.
I kind of want the audiobook.
I know, I want the audiobook.
Right.
Well, she's self-published right now, and then when
audiobook.
she sells like 10,000 copies, she'll go publish mode with a publisher. So I think we have to wait for her to send 10,000, and last time we checked, she's only at 5. And apparently she's working on 2 other books
She'll
right
get
now.
there.
She'll get there. How do we feel about their fight, though? Would you kick your boyfriend's sister out of your home? If she was like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Right?
It's my house.
Yeah.
You're not paying
For
rent.
only $2,100 too for a 2-bedroom in Greenpoint. Amazing
Steal.
what can happen.
Steal. Finding out via TikTok that that's actually how much things really cost in Greenpoint just 10 years ago, which is cool. That it's
Not
doubled.
even 10.
It's cool that it's doubled.
More than that, probably.
How do you feel about Marnie and Ray hooking up?
It was a strange.
Were you thinking
turn
it
of
would
events.
happen when she walked into that apartment or not really? Because I
No.
wasn't. When they like almost started to kiss, I was like, are you kidding?
I didn't pick up on their tension at all.
Oh, I mean, I knew it was coming because I've seen the show before, but I'm going to pretend I'm 17 years old watching it for the first time. Oh my God, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, and I was like, I guess it is obvious looking back because it's like the tension was building because they're both kind of
Yes.
like angry in the same way.
No, friend groups are fucking. My
And
gay friend
Marnie-
group everyone in my gay friend group is fucking each other right now.
Literally.
And it's like something bad's going to happen in 6 months.
Someone gets pregnant or not.
We're
That's not how
not.
that works.
Well, spiritually pregnant,
but,
of course.
but in a way.
I'm very ace too, which was another hard thing for me to relate to
In
with
the
this
show.
Just like the nudity and the
An
just
ace calm person. You're like, where can you put
who's
yourself?
like a never nude. I'm just like,
Literally
what
me,
kind of
because I'm
people are these?
I'm
So
never
interesting.
horny and they're always like really needing to fuck. And I'm
Yeah.
like, ladies.
Wait, what is a never nude? You just never been nude?
Like, yeah, you're just like my friends haven't seen me naked.
Oh, totally.
Right,
We
you're
don't
not
really see
walking
each
around
other
your
naked.
house naked.
I'm
They're so
always
like naked all the
here.
time. I'm like, that's so interesting.
I know it's so interesting because we live in the most body positive generation and least
But it's
sexually
not.
active. And it's not.
It's really
really
not.
not.
Body
I know.
positivity
It's a lie.
It's
ended.
like the least horny,
Least horny.
free kind of vibe going
I think
on right
freeness
now.
has
It's
made
so
us less
about
horny for some
image.
reason.
It's about pixels right now,
Mhm.
which is awesome.
I will say, Amelia hasn't seen me naked, I don't think, yet. And we've lived in this apartment for a year together, and I'm like pretty much naked in a lot of public spaces
I
a lot
saw
of
you
times.
naked in the living room this past weekend.
Did you see?
Yes.
But I closed the door.
Not before I opened it.
Oh, well, she saw me naked.
Now you have to do. You have to see.
Were you happy?
To see you
I've
have.
seen you naked plenty of times.
I know you love to walk into my room when I'm like, hey, give me a sec.
And there's just like, someone's showering, someone's peeing. Like,
Yeah.
that's something I notice a lot where I'm like, I don't relate to that at all.
Mm.
Do you
And I
have
kind
roommates?
of, I do.
Yeah,
I have 2 roommates.
Okay, beautiful. And they've
Um,
never seen you naked?
No.
Good.
I will say it's not until I moved to LA.
God, no.
It's not until I moved to LA where it's like the culture of like when you and your friend are out, you're going to the bathroom together. Like, that was never happening in Canada.
It's such an intimate experience though, to go to the bathroom at the same time as your friend.
I'm not like grossed out by it. I'm like, oh, that's like kind of cool.
I want to do it with Amelia so bad, but she won't ever do it. I'm like, I want you to pee when I'm showering.
It's so Brittany Murphy.
It'd be so funny. I'm like, can you pass me my washcloth?
Yeah.
While like she's peeing on the toilet.
It's so like intimate.
She's like, I just got this crazy text. It's like, oh my God, I want that to happen to me for once.
It's just not part of our culture.
Sorry.
It could be.
I guess.
We'll work on it.
So we're moving in with my best friend from high school in 2 months. And I'm like, I'm not peeing while
Like you're
she's
leaving
showering.
this place?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
leaving this place, finding a new place. And
if there's only one bathroom in the place, I'm sure there'll be lots more overlap than there has been.
I'm like, they're like, we need 2 bathrooms. I'm like, no, I want intimate time with my friends, actually. Sorry. It's building community if we have 1 bathroom.
Sorry, it's building community if we have 1 bathroom. Ray and Marnie, just to bring it back.
Sorry, yes.
They both are going through really bad breakups. So it makes sense that they're kind of like both at the same intersection in their lives of trying to get over an ex and like being like.
Have you fucked a friend? Maybe that's a good. Sorry,
No.
didn't mean to cut you off. But you never
No,
fucked a
amazing
friend.
question.
Not at all.
Have you?
You know the answer to that.
Yeah.
You know what? I think a big part of being gay. Oh, Ace, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You said it. I'm like, oh, I don't believe you. Oh my God. No, but I think a big part of it being gay is people are always fucking their friend, or you fuck someone and then you become their friend.
Totally.
And
I've
is
seen
that
that.
happening straight? Oh, you wouldn't know.
I don't know.
Amelia's borderline Ace.
I canceled my date tonight because I didn't want to go.
Exactly.
Wait, but for why did you not want to go?
Because they want
why?
to get red wine and fuck. And I'm like, I actually have Pilates at 9 tomorrow
That's a
and I
lot.
don't want to miss it.
This is perfect.
Lock me up. Okay, is there anything else we need to cover or can we move on to our 4th segment?
I'm like, okay, let me do a little quick thing in my head. Okay, one quick thing. Jessa always being attracted to work at children's oriented places. Like she was a babysitter, now she wants to work at a baby store.
Because she wants a baby.
She wants a touch of innocence because she wants a baby.
She wants to feel maternal because she feels like a child.
Whoa.
I think so. I think she like it's the only people that she can actually like emulate with are these children, so she always spends her time around them.
And Lena loves to pull from real life. And before Lena got girls, she of course worked at a upscale baby boutique in New York.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And that was her job. She got paid like $200 a day. Nobody ever bought anything. And all she did was like hang out with the girls.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
And Jemima's pregnant during a lot of this show, so kind of also ties
Right.
back to that.
Literally.
In the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And then when?
I think
Again.
kind of around
I think
here too.
around here.
I've met her daughter.
No way.
Yeah.
What was she like?
Just really cool.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
Just
course.
kind of like
Chill.
nonchalant.
How old
Yeah.
was she?
She seemed like she was like 13.
And she was cooler than any of us will ever be.
Pubescent.
Wait, why is she so cool though?
Why?
Yeah, like could you summarize if possible?
I mean, we were at a reading.
oh,
like,
it's the
we-
coolest place you could be.
We were like on the lineup for a reading at a boxing ring
Oh my God.
in
It
downtown
keeps getting
Manhattan.
cooler.
Your life
And
is perfect.
Not Jess, her name is Jemima, was the headliner. And I was super nervous. And I regret not like having a real conversation with her because I tried to play it cool.
But you talked to her daughter.
Yeah, I was just kind of like hi, kind of awkward,
Bat
shy,
mitzvah
hi.
age daughter.
But she was just like super cool. It was like raining. Her hair was all wet,
Fuck.
and her kid is
Oh my
just like,
god! You did a reading at a wrestling stadium during a rain.
it was in like a boxing ring.
Oh my
My
god!
God.
That's the
Yeah.
coolest sentence with Jemima Kirk and her really really cool daughter.
Mhm.
That's the coolest sentence anyone's ever said.
Yeah,
Yeah, wait. I could
almost
die
forgot about
happy.
Thank God you
it
did.
was like I did meet her.
How long ago was this?
This was
2 years ago,
the
right?
spring.
Oh, I'm like I'm making it up.
I don't remember.
Okay, no pressure.
find
No
out.
Not
We'll
pressure.
find
last year. It was this year.
Oh, is this year?
Yeah,
Okay, recently.
Wait, why were we not there?
The
We should have
fall?
gone.
That's fall.
We're coming next time.
early summer.
Do you do a lot of
Like
readings?
Dream Baby Press.
Oh,
my
totally.
God.
Yeah.
Baby again.
Iconic reading organizers. Shout out.
Hey, we'll tag them.
But yeah, she was just like cool mom. I'm
She
not a
seems-
regular mom. I'm a cool mom.
She's so cool.
Our past guest, Lucas Battle, sent us a photo a few weeks ago. He was at lunch and Jemima was at the picnic table next to him. And she looks
Slay.
chic as fuck.
And
in the
his
photo.
one
Yeah.
comment about her was, "She's so tiny, I could put her in my pocket."
I don't
What
really
a
notice.
sentiment!
I guess she was shorter than me. I'm 5'6".
It's always
So-
crazy every time how short actors are.
Yeah.
know.
It's always
What is
shocking.
that?
Because it's like they seem larger than life on our screens, but actors
why
are
are they so
famously the
short?
shortest.
Why are they so short? Because you know what? The camera can add as many inches as it wants. It doesn't really matter. It's all about face and body, but kind of not
Or like
the
smaller
height of the
people are
body.
more inclined
You know what?
to be
they,
thespians.
they literally
Their faces
they
are probably
are.
better for it because there's like more items.
And it's like-
More
I think
More-
this. I
didn't
think
mean it.
the urge to perform can be played out in a sports setting or a
Mm.
theater setting, and all the tall people are drawn to sports.
Oh,
Okay.
Especially
Except for Adam Driver.
Yeah, except for Adam.
Famously 6'3".
Yeah, if you're a tall person drawn to acting, you have a really good chance of being successful at it too because there's so little of them.
Say that.
Huh,
Okay,
and I
you know what
did.
time it is?
Girl, get your Glock. It's rapid fire time.
So scary.
Are you a schoolgirl or are you gonna get schooled, girl?
School girl.
What's your favorite utensil?
Fork.
Truth or dare?
Truth.
Are you the voice of your generation or a voice of a generation?
Probably A.
Why did you quit your barista job this time?
Was late too
That-
many times.
Honey, that's a look.
Who is your Dr. Phil?
Ayanna Van Zant.
Mm. Favorite line ever from Girls? That's a hard one.
Oh,
Just a line
fuck.
you really like. You could even do the one you did earlier.
I can only remember that I've been 13 pounds overweight my whole life. It's been really hard for me.
Yeah.
Screamed.
Does Mindy Kaling go there?
No, never.
Exactly.
What would Ray say is wrong with you?
Too insecure.
Introspection work.
Yeah, ending it on an introspective note. Mate, you killed that.
Okay.
We've had people cry before.
Mhm.
Yeah, too much pressure.
I am sweating a little bit,
Oh,
but
God.
that's unrelated.
I mean, okay, so now we're going to do our last segment,
Okay, last segment.
Okay.
which is that outfit in Brooklyn. So it's kind of like a compare and contrast of like what was happening then and what is happening now.
And you're actually an expert because you were here for both eras of Brooklyn.
Oh my god, you're perfect.
Yeah. The fucking belts.
Yes.
The belt budget was
The belt budget.
was high.
The cinched
Little.
waist.
They're so little and thin. I'm just like
Dainty.
just a little
The littlest girls alive.
Yeah, nobody's doing that
Um,
anymore.
lot of
People
buns.
are doing that, but just not in a good way.
Shoshana's hair.
I know.
Although I don't know if I've ever seen.
Well, can we talk
That
some
might
of
be
her
just her
hairstyle.
thing.
Yeah.
The
It's just
donut
her
bun.
thing. But can we talk about Shoshana's episode is doing the classic more where she's wearing a dress and then leggings underneath that dress or like jeggings
Right.
even. Which is the word jeggings we haven't heard in about 8 years. And now we're
Mhm.
kind of it's fun to get to see it in this episode because I always heard the word jeggings, but I never got to really see jeggings growing up. And now to actually get such a great visual example of it really made me think. It made me think, of course.
The baby doll dresses.
Oh, those are
that
big
Hannah
right now.
wears.
Love it.
And the ones with like it's like a dress up here and,
And a
then the
sweep.
bottom. It's like
Yeah.
a little
Yeah, it kind of
frill.
does the like. We made the same sound effect.
Like in season 4, I think when she's working at GQ, she gets like her
No,
first
that's the next episode.
paycheck.
That's
Yeah.
the next app.
She has a Sex in the City moment.
Oh,
Like,
100%.
sees the dress in the window.
100%.
And it's like fugly as shit.
the magic
honestly.
of New York buying a fugly dress from the
Oh
window.
my god.
Oh my god.
From Top Shop.
You know what I noticed was
Top Shop.
Jessa
When I
smoking a vape.
Oh, wait, it's
and-
not even a vape. It's like a space cigarette.
A space cigarette where it's just water, like vapor and nicotine.
But it's kind of the coolest thing alive.
But it was like so cool. It was before the vape rush.
And she knew the
She was the
creator
first
of it.
vapor.
She actually invented being a vape god.
Whoa. Is she
So-
pregnant?
And the way Shoshana is like, that's so cool. It's like they didn't know what they were doing when they said that.
Vapes are
They
so
didn't know
really
they were
cool.
giving kids across the nation popcorn lung. Do you remember that?
Oh, I remember. I mean, honey, I hear it every day I walk down the street. Popcorn lung. It's
lung
hard to
was
forget.
huge at my high school.
What is that?
It's when you vape so much, you go, and like it sounds like popcorn when you cough because
No.
all your breathe.
It's like your lung literally
Oh,
becomes all
Eroding?
like popcorn looking because
And
it like
mine's
puffs
different.
out. I think.
I mean, I think you're right, and I think in some ways I'm right too.
I agree. I couldn't agree more, rather.
This is perfect.
Was there anything else? I actually
The
think
publishing industry? It's like, is there? I mean, we've already talked about ebooks, but I'm like,
Oh
What the
yeah,
hell?
the book deal. So I feel like the publishers were like,
Ebook
"You're
is
so
Substack.
real and raw," and it's like today, nothing Hannah was writing about would be something that like a random girl would post on TikTok fearlessly. Like the way we have no inhibitions anymore as a society because of the internet. Like
no one has
There's
crazy
nothing
sex
left to
stories
say.
like she does.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hear about the Cuban immigrant, a refugee, and the glitter pens. Like, no one has a story like that. All the stories on TikTok are like girls being like, and he was in a frat and he wasn't nice to me. And it's like,
he stole my tabbies.
he stole my tabbies.
That's a good one.
That's actually really fun.
That was very girls moment.
Oh, and a tabby swiper. Oh my god, it's so fun. I think he's kind of still at large.
What do you mean?
He's on the lam. Like, he's still out there.
Well, he's definitely still out there, but she got him back.
Oh, the girl got her tabbies
He
back?
gave him back.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, I didn't even hear the
IRL,
story.
he
it is a
handed them
TikTok.
off to her and
Oh my
was like
god. We had Weston
smiling
Caleb
the whole
and then
time. He's
him.
a psychopath.
Yeah. And our friend who found an air tag in her car.
Oh,
Don't love that.
that's not cool. I always think that that's what's happening when it's like air tag near you. No, it's not.
It's not that.
That's not what that means.
Something much different.
Air tag near you.
It just means your phone is picking up on your friend's air tag.
It is like we don't
Like,
think
oh my God, I'm
about
getting kidnapped.
when we go to a place and we're getting on Wi-Fi and our friend is able to share the password with us. It's like we're always like, how convenient, but we're not thinking about how like they know we're together.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Well, you
we are
click on
being-
it. It's the same Bluetooth Wi-Fi network kind of
Yeah,
system.
it's like-
Airdropping is still bad for my brain. I just can't figure it out.
Yeah. I can airdrop this like hour-long video file to my laptop in the air in like 2 minutes.
It changed everything.
That's so scary.
It's freaky.
I'm
Oh,
hurt.
Where does it go?
Where does it all go? The cloud is actually something.
Three people who know nothing.
The
We're
cloud?
like, and we know nothing.
I found out the cloud is a
It's
real
perfect.
place.
What do you
It's
mean?
like
have a headache.
literally a machine
Like a big computer?
on land.
It's a server
Storing
somewhere.
stuff.
The
It's a server.
supercomputer?
When I found out about servers, I freaked out. All right, I think we've made it to the end.
That was perfect.
Any
Yeah.
closing thoughts on the girls series? Anything if you got home, you'd be like, I can't believe I didn't say that.
I won't know until I get home.
Right. And there's no
Just
way
the
to know.
way that works.
I try and help people before, but I'm like, there's
I
actually no
know.
saving.
I mean, I definitely think it lives up to the hype
Boom.
Oh.
after all these years.
On it- end
Even
the
if
podcast
the
on
last 2 seasons are kind of weird.
You gave me chills and then they went away.
It was just the ending was just
Yeah.
I didn't understand that.
I
choice.
kind of, I mean, we can't talk about it yet, but
Evan's gonna bravely stand strong through this entire rewatch time, saying that every episode is the best one they've seen yet. And I
think
might
so.
I might feel differently.
I really like it.
Well,
I mean, every episode has a lesson to learn.
True.
that's so true. And with that,
Under 30 minutes? That's
I know.
and they're under
incredible.
30 minutes, no ads unless you have the type of max I do.
And she did it before 30. I mean, it's commendable.
I know.
Literally.
Nepo or not.
Nepo
Nepo
or
or
not,
not.
it's commendable.
Mhm.
Absolute.
Wait, that's a really good end quote. Y'all follow Bianca. You have like 7 things going on.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm like,
What
are
are
you
they?
aware of them?
This is like
No.
when I was like, and you're directing a movie, and you have 7 accounts that you run. But you
It's
have
just 2.
at Yung Nihilist 2,
Right.
and a
'cause
personal.
I'm scared of getting deleted every
Yeah.
single day of my life.
You've got to plan ahead
You're close.
because in
I don't
this,
think you will, but
in the
you're-
modern
you're
age, every
fighting.
successful
No.
online person I know is getting.
It would be
It's getting it
devastating,
taken out.
actually.
Of course.
And then I have Big Titty Official.
Oh my
Big titty
god!
Very
pitch.
important.
What do you post on that?
Big
Memes
titties.
about having big boobs.
Oh my god!
Or just boobs in general. Shout out
That's
small boobs.
So important.
They also exist.
Small boob nation rise.
Yeah, please rate and review and subscribe to the pod. We'd love that.
Thank you so much for coming
Thank
on.
you.
We're literally so excited when you said you wanted to be on.
Because of Mackenzie, shout out.
McCann.
She was like, you should do it. And I was like, okay.
She's about to be on the pod too.
Yeah.
Oh my god, y'all will be sister podcasts. That famous.
She's a big mutual.
really?
best
Did you
day
guys
ever.
meet online?
hmm
Happen.
And then we met IRL in LA.
Oh my god.
She like rode to me in a scooter.
Oh my god.
We had sushi together. It was very cute.
That's so
That's
LA.
quintessential LA to ride
And now
on the
she
line.
lives here.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
God.
By
And we
coastal
were
friendship.
both
Bye, Kat.
at that read. We both on that reading with Jemima.
Oh my god, we'll have to ask her
Shivers.
about it. Shivers. All right, guys, we'll be back next week with episode 6.
Season 3.
Season 3.
Which is
Free
what?
snacks.
Which one's that one?
This one,
It's a GQ one.
she gets a job at GQ.
Okay.
So
Love that era.
Who's our guest?
Mackenzie.
And it's Mackenzie. So here's a
Oh my
little
God.
Easter egg. Bye.
Bye.